All right, let's give this thing another minute or two. Obviously, Elizabeth is running this course because it's already recording. So let's give it one more minute, and we're gonna go over 4 changes that all you guys need to know around Instagram. And I got a bonus for you. So the bonuses, I like the bonus. The bonus is probably what excites me probably the most, and that's why I put it in there. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about Instagram. We're going to talk about the things you guys should be looking at with Instagram, the just some of the changes and the bonus. I'm excited about the bonus. The bonus is something that gets my head spinning, which I would love to see one of you guys actually go really do this thing. So let's give it 40 more seconds and get this thing going at 10:02. All right, let's get this thing rolling. So let's talk about Instagram in 2025, right? We're almost into March at this point. And right, we got guys like 2 days. 2 days or it's gonna be March 1st. And what we know is this: we either got to be doing prospecting or marketing. Like that's literally the only 2 ways that you are going to build your business. Is you're either going to prospect for new clients or you're going to market for new clients. And we have these conversations all the time around, what we should be doing to build our businesses. And we know the number one way is actually to be prospecting based and marketing enhanced. Like we do know that is the best combination, but yet I do think that there's a lot of agents that are like, well, I don't want to make a bunch of phone calls. I don't want to go door knock. I don't want to cold call, like insert whatever here. And we know that's very, very real. And what we also know is you could actually build a very big business via social media if you really wanted to. You just have to be purposeful about it. And I think that when we talk about being purposeful about this, we actually got to know the tools. We have to know the tools. We have to know actually what the new features are. We have to constantly be seeing all these different things. Like that's very important. And so let's talk about some of these things. The number one that I want to bring your guys' attention to is the IG Edits app. Now, at any time, like if you guys are like, Charles, I've already heard this. I want to know, like, let me know if you've heard that this is an app that's rolling out. Either put your digital hand up, throw it in the chat box, whatever you want to do. Be like, Charles, already heard it, already on the waiting list. And this new IG Edits app actually came to play because TikTok was being sunset. Remember, the TikTok was going to be removed from the App Store from the United States. And then now it's back on into staying in the apps. And yet, this is in development right now. So what you guys should all be doing, you guys should all get on this wait list. All right. So every last one of you should be going to your App Store or your Google Play Store and type in IG Edits and get this app. And so what it is it is literally a video editor for Instagram, made by Instagram. All right, so this is a Meta product that they're going through, and it does some pretty cool things. Like we can see like some of the visuals that it's doing, and yet what it's going to go through is you're going to be able to capture videos up to 10 minutes long, right? Like you're going to be able to go create content all in one app. So you're also going to turn on your video app and you're just going to record from there. So just like the other day when we went to the new builds to go get some content, this is where you would create that content, is just directly out of the app. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be able to cut the clips. You're going to be able to have just auto enhance features where you just click the button and it enhances the video. there's going to be the green screen and everything out, the transitions, like all that is going to be in this app. Like you're not going to have to record and then cut it, throw it into Instagram, do the enhancements. It's going to have captions. You're going to be able to say, you know, I want this HDNR 1080, I want it in 4K. You're going to be able to do all of that in this app. And then what's also, I think, is pretty neat is that once you create it and you just send it over into your Instagram, it's also going to watch all the analytics for you. Like the app, you're just going to be able to go into your app and you're going to be able to see what's trending, where it's coming from, like all those other deals that are going through. What's also neat is you can actually create your Instagram reel in this app and send it to a friend before you even post it, which I think is pretty cool, right? Like right now, you could go into Instagram and create a video, create a reel and download it and send it, but you don't need to do that anymore. Like you'll literally be able to create the app, throw the captions in, do all the content that you want, and forward it over to a buddy and be like, hey, what do you think of this? So it's
Charles,
coming out March 31st. Go ahead, Mariah.
yeah, do you think this is in competition with CapCut they're trying to get rid
Absolutely.
of,
This
or
is your CapCut killer right here. And guess what? There's no
what?
there's no watermark on it. So you know CapCut, if you don't pay for it, it says CapCut,
Yeah, yeah.
no watermark.
Nice.
Yeah, so absolutely every one of you should be going and getting this. Like I'll be playing with it when it rolls out. I'm on the wait list right now. I just heard Elizabeth download it. I heard the ding noise. So when you guys are going through, like this is the first thing that we should be looking in, jumping into this. Yes, this is going to probably maybe not end CapCut, but it's going to have every feature. It's going to have all the features that TikTok has. It's going to have all the features that Instagram has. And it's going to put it all in one place, which is very, very cool. Second thing I want to bring to your guys' attention is you guys have longer time to do Instagram Reels now. Now, here's the caveat to that. Don't be posting longer Reels just to post longer Reels, right? Like, don't go through and say, hey, I'm going to post a 3-minute video for fun and just ramble for 3 minutes. No, like we need to be purposeful about this. So here's the screenshot, right? All I did was I went into the Instagram app and I scrolled over to Reel. And then you have that drop down arrow. I guess it's a drop up arrow now, maybe. I don't know, right? So you click the button and it cascades upwards. And so then you can click your length and you can go 15, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and or 3 minutes long now. So 3 minutes is kind of cool, right? Like when we're thinking about this 3-minute ability, like think about all the stuff that you wish that you had just a little bit more time, because just because it goes 3 minutes doesn't mean you have to use all 3 minutes. Maybe you go a minute and a half. Maybe you do go 2 minutes. So when we're looking at this thing, you have 3 minutes. Previously, they gave us, you know, a minute and a half up to 90 seconds. And obviously we can cut those down. Like just because you select 3 minutes worth of time just means you have up to 3 minutes. Now, where could we use this? Obviously, when we're doing property tours, right? Like what would it look like if you just had a little bit more time to where you just want to go record some stuff? Or maybe you want an intro and an outro, right? Like maybe you don't want to just go run through the property for 90 seconds, right? And do the speed up and the time lapse where we're cruising through it. But maybe you want a little bit more time to have an intro of, hey, just wanted to show you what $500,000 in Arvada, Colorado gets you with this new build in this new community. Come on the tour with me. Then you're going through, you're doing the tour. And then at the very end, and you say, hey, if you're interested in properties like these, or if you're interested in what something else looks like in another area, send me a DM. And that's your outro. And now you have more time to execute that. What we can go through is you guys can also go through and just do bigger market updates, right? Like you can go through green screen, right? Like I'm a huge proponent of talking head videos where I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I feel very rushed with a lot of the talking head videos that I do. And sometimes it's okay because I'm like, maybe this was good that it kicked me off that quickly. But there's a new development. There's something going on that we know that there's a lot of controversy. Like I still talk to people that are like, well, what does the NAR settlement really mean? Like agents. that don't know what the NAR settlement is. And when we're going through, we can actually do the green screen feature, take it to 2 minutes. Maybe it's a 2-minute long video and we're publicizing it, we're putting it out there. Also, just storytelling, like think about that. We're going through, we're saying, hey, right, don't be the agent. And there's no finger pointing here, but yet we all know people that are like so happy for my client, photo of the house. Like, what do you mean you're so happy for your client? You didn't say anything about your client. There's no photos of your client. All I really just saw you say was, hey, just made $15,000. I'm a real estate agent. Let me know if you need to buy or sell a house. Like, that's what I truly feel like those posts say. What would it look like where we're going through though? And maybe we went through, maybe we did the tour of the house, right? And so we're gonna go back to the green screen. We do the tour of the house that your client just bought or sold. Then we're jumping into the green screen that's running in the background, the tour of the house, and we're telling the story of where we met the client, what their life before they met us looked like. Maybe they were renting, maybe they just didn't understand that they were able to go through and qualify for what they qualified for, and then what the journey looked like. And then we're just telling that story. We're storytelling on how we help our clients win. That's I'm so happy for my client, right? Not a, here's a photo of the house, so happy for my client, just made $15,000, right? Let's stop being those agents. If you are doing that, no judgment, but yet that's what people are thinking. Your third one, guys, I don't know if you've seen this. Like, I don't know if you guys have been logging into Instagram recently, but they're now vertical opposed to the square, which is important, right? So it's no longer the 1-to-1 ratio, it's a 4-to-5 ratio. And so when you're going through and you're creating content, you should be very, very cognizant of this. And it's fun that we're all on this call together, and I say no judgment, because look at our post right there. This is directly from our Instagram account for the brokerage of something that was just posted this week, and we're still using the old templates. And this is what it looks like. We're using the 1-by-1 templates because that's what we've been using. And now the grids have changed. And so now we have content that's cut off. What we should also be looking at is we should know that if you're creating a reel, all your reels should have like a thumbnail attached to it. And so if you're doing a thumbnail and you're attaching it to this, you also want to make sure you're doing the 4-by-5 ratio, because if you're doing the square, it's going to look weird. So when we're going through and we're talking about this, so the squares are gone. So for anyone that's been building an Instagram account where you've been very, very creating it very curated and pretty, and it's broken now. I'm sorry, it's broken. There's no back button. And so what we need to do at this point is ensure that everything is in the vertical landscape, because we know that most people are moving to video, right? Like, everyone wants video, right? I mean, just think about this. Instagram couldn't go buy TikTok, so now they're fighting with TikTok and they're creating stuff that looks like it. YouTube went out and created YouTube Shorts. We also have Reels on Facebook. You can create all this stuff. Like, everything is being built for you to hold your phone like this because it takes up the whole screen. And so Instagram's saying, like, we're just going to embrace it fully now. So even your content is no longer going to be in a square. And here's the thing, if it isn't a square, and now we're switching over to your rectangle, it's going to stretch it out. So let's be cognizant of that, right, as we're going through. So when we're thinking about just creating a pretty profile, I'm not saying go delete everything, but let's take this opportunity now to actually go start creating new content. So maybe you were doing square content before. I think it's okay to actually go back through and do the old stuff and just recreate it at this point. So go through, guys, just understand that you are no longer operating in the squares. We're in rectangles, including your thumbnail. Everything must be in that vertical portrait landscape. I don't know if anyone's played with this yet, but when we're going through, we have the new Reels tab. And that's what it is. So see what your friends are engaging with. All right, so maybe you've noticed this and maybe you haven't, But if you go to your Instagram page right now, and there is where this finger is, this Reels button. If you click on that Reels button, it is going to show you Reels that your friends are liking. And so these are these. And here, like, guys, I literally took all these today so you guys can see this is brand new live time. Elizabeth liked this from Dude Dad today. And you can see that Elizabeth went through and she liked this. She threw a heart on it. This is something that Katie liked earlier. And here's one that I find interesting. This is Developing Denver. And DMARS liked it. Aaron Parker from our brokerage has liked it. And another agent that I have a relationship with has liked this as well. So this is important. We can actually see what people are engaging with. And if it's something that's gone viral, that's in a niche space that we're working in, can we create something similar? Because now we can actually see what our people, our ecosystem cares about. Like I said, this third one's the interesting one to me, because we can actually see that multiple people that I have a relationship with liked this one video. And so when we're going through this, is just a new tab. So you guys all have this right now. It's all at the very bottom of your Instagram. And it's probably not super native. Like if you guys are just like OG Instagram people, right? Like you typically just probably go to the search and you're just, or your feed, and you're just scrolling through and playing with it. Or maybe it is a search, right? Like that's probably the two spaces that you historically live in. I would implore everyone to actually click on that next link now and see what is trending in your ecosystem. Remember, these are the people that you are in relationship with, and you can actually see what they care about. Which also means that you could probably go through and now you're learning a little bit more about them. You can send stuff that's relatable, right? You see this, and maybe you're getting into a conversation with the person, right? Like, hey, I know you saw this video. I thought this was super funny, right? Like this actually gives you another reason to actually have dialogue. So firstly, inspiration, like that's the big one. Like, especially when I see this, I think, okay, cool. There's a video where they're just going through Denver and they're talking about it. And that obviously interested a few people in my ecosystem. What else could I create? Then you go through and you can actually like and comment, right? Again, your people are seeing it. You're seeing what they're liking. You're seeing what they're following. It gives you an opportunity to say, you know what, maybe I should make a game of this. And if they're following this channel, maybe I should be hearting some of this information, because my name's going to continue to pop up in front of a channel that these people are following, as well as commenting. Because guys, that's the cool thing. Like, think about this. You're being told what your people like. And then you can actually go on to that content. And when your people are looking at that content, they're going to see your name popped up as either a like or a comment. And you're going to get in closer emotional proximity. This is some real Big Brother stuff, right? Like this is a game that you can play. And then again, right, you're actually being able to make sure that your content is going to be more visible by just going through and seeing what people interact with, and you'll be able to create more content. All right. This is one that really excites me. This is your bonus. So I don't know if anyone's played with this recently, but Instagram content is now ranking on Google. And I just have one case study that I'm going to, put in front of everyone. And I think this is important. We have to keep in mind what Google is used for. Google is the #1 search platform in the world. And as real estate agents, I want you guys to keep in mind that when people are thinking about moving, most likely they're starting with Google first. Yes, I get it. People go to Zillow and they're looking at houses. It's like a Pinterest, right? Like Zillow is no different than Pinterest to me, to where people are just looking at stuff. But yet, if there's someone that's moving from another state, or if there's someone that's actually interested in specific content, they go to Google and they search. So at 9:11 this morning, I went through and I just Googled Denver real estate. This is all I Googled. Denver real estate. I put it in the search bar and put it in. And this is the top right. Again, here's Zillow, here's realtor.com, and these aren't ads. This is very just generic, enough information to where Google says, this is probably what you really meant. You probably meant realtor.com or Zillow. But yet that's not necessary. I'm researching. So I scroll down a little bit further, right? I get past this people also ask, and it says, what are people saying? And what the people are saying, here is Instagram content. Now, this is what I find interesting. This one post came up on Instagram from a month ago. Again, this is today. I literally Googled Denver real estate. This post only has 30 likes. This isn't a viral post by any extent of the imagination. So it said 30 plus. I'm like, okay, what does 30 plus really mean? Could this really mean 1,000? Because I was interested. And so I clicked on it, and here's the post. Firstly, not talking trash, but this is not an exciting post, right? Like, there is nothing about this post that excites me whatsoever. It is a just sold of a condo in Denver. It has the agent's cutout photo of herself. It has her brokerage, right? This is a very generic Instagram post. And it has 31 likes. It has the price. It thought that the home address, the unit number, was a hashtag. And it goes through and it says, hey, I'm thrilled to help my client achieve their real estate goals. Okay, cool. Hey, I just sold a house. If anyone can do the math, 385 times 3% winning. And they're going through, they didn't really tell a story. So again, this isn't an exciting post, but they did go Denver real estate, realtor life, Denver home, gratitude, referral appreciation, real estate agent. And that's all it took to rank on Google. So then it gets me thinking, like, when you're going through and think about the area that you want to be known in. Okay. So once we were to employ some of these other things that we just learned, once if we were to go and create a 3-minute video about Denver real estate, and we go through and we just talk about the home prices and the days on market, I'd be willing to bet that you start ranking and you're going through and you're actually putting out just the content. I would be thinking about this, guys. This is what people are searching. People are really Googling Denver real estate. Maybe you want to get super hyper local. While Zillow is truly competing in this 20,000 foot view of Denver, right? They're going to go Colorado. They're going to go Denver. They may even get into like a suburb. For the most part, though, they're not diving into any neighborhoods. Maybe you want to be the go-to for a specific neighborhood, right? Like when we start thinking about even just like Nikki and Amanda, right? Where they're going through and they are dominating Candelas. Well, if we were to go through and we were to just create a big presence on our Instagram account where we're using these hashtags, we're actually getting a little bit deeper into these conversations. I would actually probably sprinkle more hashtags in here around Denver real estate. I would also probably tag some other stuff, right? Because that's just how SEO works. Like the more information that you're tagging, it's pulling it in and you actually do rank higher on SEO. And then what I'm going through is I'm just doing a talking head video, right? I'm using an Instagram reel. Maybe I go through and I just get a video of me just walking through some part of Denver. Maybe, check this out, maybe you're doing a neighborhood and you have your camera out the window at some kind of angle, maybe not sideways, that feels kind of weird, but maybe it is like at an angle and you're just driving down a street of a neighborhood. And then you're playing that in the background, like that's the background on the green screen, and you're just talking about what it looks like to live in this neighborhood. Hey, this is what the average price point is. These are the days on market, and you tag Denver real estate, right? Like you're just going through and you're putting this information in, and you're popping up on Google. Now, here's the thing: most of this is going to pop up on your phone. If you're on the computer's going to most likely pop up YouTube, which is a completely different strategy, but you can still execute the exact same way. This is more the phone landscape, and we just have to keep in mind that most people are actually on their phone right now. But yet we do know there is a population that does live on their desktop, like most of you right now, like you are on some kind of computer, probably not your phone, watching this video. So when we're going on to the desktop view, if you guys are like trying to proof of concept right now, you're probably getting YouTube videos, but on your cell phone, you're going to actually see more of the Instagram stuff popping up. Now, what I would also say is this. I would say if you're probably looking at Broomfield or Arvada or Westminster, there's probably not a whole lot of content. Like ground floor is where you guys are at right now. Like this is pretty big. This is pretty recent stuff. And so if you were to go and start creating this content, I'd be willing to venture this to say that you would be one of the first people that would start ranking on this because no one else is really tapping into this at this point. Yet your bigger cities, there's more people saying Denver real estate, Aurora, right? Colorado Springs, like those are bigger metropolitan areas. Other states, right? New York, different areas, right? Where they're going through, then you're going to actually see more content. You guys actually have the ability to be some of the first people if you niche down a little bit tighter and start pushing this out. And again, you'll be rewarded more for actual videos, right? Because like this, I would have to say that I didn't look at this, but Denver's ultra luxury market is rarer than I guess I would say probably you think. I don't know what the rest of this says, but this had 50 plus likes from December. So also not huge, but they're probably being pushed a little bit more because it's a video. It's a minute 30. So this is before the update. And there's captions. We can already tell this. Again, you're going to get rewarded by the platform for actually creating video rather than stills. And so that's what my challenge to everyone would be. Go in, create some videos. I'll also make sure you're signing up for the app because that's going to be a game changer. But go through, create some videos, create longer story form captions. Don't go short like this. Go longer story form captions. And then make sure that we're using hashtags probably through the caption and at the bottom. And we're probably geotagging ourselves in as well. And you're going to get rewarded by Google because this is the thing. Google wants local SEO. Google wants to be known as the place that you actually go to find out what's happening in local communities. And they want you to use their platform to actually go through and find this.